Hi, I'm Lucy from So Essential and I'm here today to share my latest make with you. Everything I talk about today is available on our lovely website and you'll find links to our website and all the products I mentioned below. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe because every Friday I bring you a video packed full of sewing goodness. So can't wait to share this with you today, guys. Fed up of wearing chunky knits, dreaming of spring, it's just around the corner. I thought I just need to make myself a nice spring themed blouse. So I made the Patina Blouse by the Friday Pattern Company and it's just the most adorable pattern. I absolutely loved making this. I've wanted to make it for a really long time actually. But yeah, you can see there's two versions to choose from. There's a lower version, which is this one, and then there's also a version when the V comes higher up the neck. Both of them have got this super cute pointy collar, which I'm so pleased meets perfectly in the middle. Obviously the mic's distorting that at the moment, but my version meets perfectly in the middle, which I'm really pleased about. Yeah, just a really cute little pointy collar. And then it's got gathers at the sleeve head, a full sleeve that's then gathered into a small cuff that's fastened with a button and buttonhole. It's a button down front, and then there is a yoke across the back and just some gathers under the yoke. And as you can see, it's an oversized fit. But not too oversized, so it's just nice and easy to fit. You know, I had no trouble at all with this pattern, and actually I'll talk to you about the sizing and the decisions I made there later in the video. But I've untucked it so you can see the length of the blouse as well. Comes down to sort of, I'd say, mid-hip. So yeah, plenty of length there if you like to tuck things in like I do, but also just give you an idea of where it'll come to if you prefer to leave your blouses and shirts untucked. But yeah, I just think an absolute perfect blouse for spring. I'm really happy with it. This is our Lady McElroy Morracain crepe fabric in this beautiful multicoloured floral print. Now I do think this collar would show up a lot better on a plain fabric. And I did and ah about that quite a bit when I was choosing my fabric. But I'm just a sucker for a print and a floral and colour, just multicolour, I just love it. But we have got some nice plain like peach skin fabrics and things like that you could use instead, because I do think the collar would show up a lot better on a plain fabric. But I just saw lots of people had made them, the Patina Blouse in prints, and I really liked all of the versions I saw. And it is just a great pattern. I definitely think I'll be going back to this one again. So let me talk you through the size charts first of all. So I made a straight size small, which was a 34 to 35 bust, 26 to 27 waist and 35 to 36 hip. Now really I probably should have gone, if I'd have followed the sizing instructions, I would have gone for a medium at the waist, but I could just see that it was oversized enough that I would be able to make a small. I should have mentioned as well, there are bust darts, but they're just for a tiny bit of shape in the body. They don't really actually, they're quite sort of, because of the oversized nature of it, the bust darts don't really come onto the bust. They're sort of there just to create a little bit of shape at the side. I'd argue that in fact you probably could not bother with the bust darts, depending on how full busted you are as well and what look you wanted to go for. But anyway, yeah, back to the size chart. So I made a straight size small, and you can see that there is absolutely loads of room at the waist for me due to the oversized nature. But like I said as well, I just really like the fact that it's not too oversized. But the sizes run from an extra small up to a 7X. So a 7X is a 59 to 60 bust, 52 to 53 waist and 62 to 63 hips. So it's a really inclusive pattern with lots of size options. There's also a short sleeve version that you can choose to make. So I made the balloon sleeve with the little cuff at the hem, but you can also make a short sleeve version, which is just a straightforward hemmed short sleeve. I told you about the options for the higher neckline and the lower neckline. I chose the lower one, and it's not ridiculously low at all, but I just thought with this busy print, I probably needed to make that lower neckline version. But yeah, a great little pattern. I'd seen so much hype about this pattern. I loved the collar, just loved the overall look of it, and I knew it was something I would wear loads, especially during the spring and the summer months in the UK. I love wearing a blouse with my jeans because it just makes me feel a little bit more dressed up and put together than a t-shirt, but it's still a nice sort of casual look which fits into my lifestyle, which is pretty casual most of the time. So yeah, the only adjustments I made is very easy to fit because it is this oversized sort of shape, so there's not a lot to worry about in that department at all. I did make my usual high round back and forward shoulder adjustment, but that's just something that's unique to me and my issues with fitting in that area. But the only other thing I would do if I made it again is the sleeves are long enough. They are long enough, but and I would be tempted to just make them a little bit longer next time. I do have quite long arms though, so that might just be you know, unique to me, but I would if I made it again, I would just add probably another like inch or so onto the sleeve length just to give me that extra bit of coverage there. In terms of the construction, I felt like this was a really nice, easy sew. If you're somebody who, you know, hasn't made a button-down shirt before, I think this would be a great pattern to start with because the instructions are pretty good, but also, you know, none of the techniques are too complicated. So, for example, the collar is just sandwiched between a facing which finishes the raw edges inside, so that was quite easy to construct. The yoke is lined, and that was done using the burrito method. If you haven't heard of that, I'm going to pop a link to my tutorial on how to do the burrito method, and it's just a great way to do a lined yoke on a shirt. That means it's all machine stitched. You don't have to do any hand stitching, and it gives you a lovely, neat, professional finish. In written instructions, I think it can be a little bit confusing trying to understand how to do that. But if you watch my YouTube tutorial, you know, I've had a lot of feedback to say it makes it really clear and easy to understand. So I'm going to link that below for you. You can find the pattern and the fabric and everything else I mentioned below as well. I've popped links to it all there for you. But generally the construction isn't particularly tricky, I wouldn't say, but there'll be enough in there to stretch your sewing skills. I think it's probably listed as like an intermediate pattern, I would imagine. But yeah, certainly a good place to kind of just stretch your skills if you're just looking for a little bit more, if you're a beginner that's kind of getting to the, you know, end of the road of just making easy things and you want to stretch yourself a little bit more. If you're an experienced sewer like me, it's a super easy, quick sew. Really enjoyable. I think the only thing I would suggest as well in terms of the design for me, there are gathers at the sleeve head and there's gathers on the back yoke, and then there's gathers here at the cuff. So you can just see there, you will have to excuse, I don't know whether anyone's got an amazing eyesight, but I have got some gathering stitches I need to unpick. Naughty. I will get that done, but I just was very excited to share this with you this week. But yeah, I felt that the gathers are really full on the sleeves, and I love a really full gather. I love the effect and the volume that creates, and I love the fact that when you're sewing with a full gather, it's easier to make them look evenly distributed. But I felt that the ones on the sleeve head and also across the back yoke, like where you were the area you were supposed to gather, I felt that it could have been done with just slightly fuller gathers for me, but that's just my personal preference. And if you want to do that, you can just always shorten the length of the amount of the length of the area that you're gathering, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense, so that you can make them spread not as far across the seam but like tighter gathers. So yeah, that's the only little thing that I think I might look at next time and think, oh, I might make them slightly fuller gathers in those areas. But that is really being very pernickety, because overall I just absolutely adore this pattern. I found it a really, really lovely sewing project, really enjoyable. I made it in, I don't know, I did a bit on Saturday afternoon and a bit on Sunday afternoon, then I finished it off on Monday evening, so it was a pretty quick turnaround. That was the buttonholes, the buttons, everything. Yeah, and I used my button sewing foot just to speed that process up. That's a great little foot. We stock them for a wide range machines on our website. So yeah, that just enables you, instead of hand sewing your buttons on, it just enables you to quickly stitch them on with the machine, which is always handy if you're looking to finish something a bit more quickly or you haven't got time to do the hand sewing. But yeah, overall a super enjoyable project, a great inclusive size range, and something I know I'll be going back to again and again, and I'm just really enjoying wearing it. When it's colder, you can always put a jacket on over the top, or just perhaps a cardigan I like to wear. So I'm kind of coming out of those sort of chunky knit jumpers now. We're heading into spring, and very often I'll be wearing my jeans, a blouse, and then a cardigan over the top, because obviously I can just take that off if I get too warm. But yeah, really thoroughly enjoyed this project. Highly, highly recommend this pattern. I love the Friday Pattern Company patterns. I've made a few of them now, and they've always been a real pleasure to sew and wear as well, and they're really contemporary. I just can't say enough good things about them. They even donate some of their proceeds to charity, which is really cool as well. So what's not to love about them? But we stock the full range of their patterns on our site. You'll find a link to this pattern and the fabric I used and anything else I mentioned below. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.